so I'm hoping that any background noise is not going to be that loud, that I don't have to edit that much. I did bring back my galaxy lamp. As you can see, I'm at the same background, but with the galaxy lamp. So, the galaxy lamp is making this like noise, and I hope that the mic doesn't pick up too much of it and that it's not disturbing you guys. I just wanted to kind of try it out, because I love both the like natural low-key lighting and this like blue lighting. If you remember in the summer last year, I had this galaxy lamp all the time and I would film videos with it, and now with the moon I thought this would be great, and it took me so long to set it up right so it's not in my face. Seriously, props to all the ASMR artists out there that I admire for their lighting and filming setup skills. I still have a long way to go, but anyway, that is for another video. I want to make a catch-up ramble, talk to you all. I don't know when I'll film it, if I'll film it today or tomorrow, we will see. But in today's video, I am going to share with you 22 lessons that I learned in 2022. Some of them are kind of repetitive. I'm going to explain all of the lessons, and some of them are more like deeper and some are less deep and more fun. So sit back, grab yourself a drink or a snack, or simply close your eyes and enjoy. So yeah, it's a new year, new fresh start. I've already made my vision board, set all my goals, but I also think it's important to reflect back on the last year, what you've accomplished, what you've learned. So I'm gonna I had to write them all down, so I make sure it's 22. So I'm gonna look at my list right now. So the first thing that I've learned, and probably kind of like the theme of my year last year, is do you. For the longest time, and honestly probably way too long, I was scared like to go full in with YouTube. I was scared to do my thing, and it doesn't matter what it is. I've always, like, if you follow me on my lifestyle Instagram and YouTube, you saw that I posted a reel on there where it says it's not my job to be likable, it's my job to be myself. And that's, I think, the biggest lesson that I learned last year. And I have been learning, but last year really opened my eyes in a way, because I'm very used, like, okay, so I come from a small village, right? And people do things in a certain way here. And I mean, it's like that everywhere, but I feel like if you grow up in a city, a bigger place, it's a little different. And so I was always a little bit different. Like when I was a teenager, I colored my hair in the craziest colors, like purple, red, gray, blue. Like I had all different kinds of hair colors, right? And then when I got older, I got really into traveling. I did this road trip with my ex-boyfriend where we traveled to 18 different countries in 3 weeks, which is quite possible in Europe because some of the countries are so small. Yeah, and then I was the girl that went to the US. I was the girl that went vegetarian. I was the girl that went vegan. And now, and then I like kind of got into like fitness and health. So I was like the fitness girl, and now I'm like the social media girl that is growing our platforms, creating content, and working a part-time job so she can fulfill her dreams, you know what I mean? And in the beginning of the year, I think I told you in a ramble, it kind of bothered me, like subconsciously, like I wasn't aware of it. I'm so sorry, this is already so long. Like, I'm not going to spend that much time for the other lessons, but I feel like explaining this one. And so I decided, I'm going to go back to university, but I really only did that so that when my grandparents ask me, when my dad might think this is like ridiculous, like you're still so young, like 2 years ago you were only 23. That's not that long ago, you know what I mean? But anyway, that's a different topic for a different day. And so I chose, I'm just gonna do my master's and try to YouTube on the side, and either it works or I'll get a job. And I realized I only did that to please others. And then the middle of the year, like in the summer, I decided I'm gonna go for it. And then a bunch of things came up that made it kind of hard for me to like really like go through with it, but I'll tell you about that in another lesson. So I learned this is my life. This is my life. And I love university, don't get me wrong, but it just doesn't make sense for me right now. And so I learned I have to do me. I have to stop listening to everybody asking me, what are you gonna do? Oh, you're still living at home with your mom, like you're 25. Like and the voices in my head too, I have to keep going and push through. And I actually think like fitness and working out and exercising taught me this lesson of discipline. But that's a different lesson. So the second one that I learned is how to find balance. I think this year I had a lot more balance with my health and fitness journey, but also spending time alone, spending time with friends. So that was really good. And also something that I learned is I have to find balance between like hustling and being productive and resting. And I learned about this because of my menstrual cycle, but I'll get into that later in a different lesson. But I have to stop like for me, I have this problem where I have 2 weeks or a week of like hustling and not stopping and not resting and taking no time to chill. And then I have a couple weeks where I don't do anything. And I think that's a problem. I think I need to start doing small steps every day so that it can be sustainable, so that it can add up. So that's lesson number 2, is I found a bit more balance. Lesson number 3, you are the creator of your own life. My setup here is so funny, by the way. I hope that I can sustain it for the video. I've really learned a lot about manifestation and how your energy attracts things into your life. And so, I don't know what else to say about it. Like, I used to think like everybody is dealt a certain set of cards. And I'm not saying that those circumstances don't influence your life at all, but I used to think like I'm a victim to my circumstances. I'm a victim because I'm broke, because I don't have money, blah, 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 blah. And I only this year realized how my own belief system, my own thoughts created that reality for me. And so, I learned that I'm in control of my thoughts, of my emotions, of what I believe, my perspective on things. And I learned a little bit about manifesting, and I manifested success this year. I've manifested last year, I keep saying this year, last year in 2022, I've manifested money, I've manifested a good attitude, like just feeling good. And I just learned that I am the creator of my life. You are the creator of your life, and you're not a victim of your circumstances. And I hope you don't get it the wrong way, because I realize that not everybody is privileged, and not everybody has the chances that I do, sitting here in a warm room with a roof over my head, with clothes, with makeup on, with equipment. Not everybody has that. I know that, but if you have a phone, you have a place to stay, you have fresh water, you have food on your plate, that is really all you need. And we'll get into gratitude. Okay, this is actually the next point. That's funny because I wrote it down yesterday. Gratitude changes your life. Writing down 3 to 5 things that you're grateful for notice a change after a day or two, but you will, with time, notice a change. I have practiced a lot of gratitude last year, but there was also weeks and months where I didn't. And guess what? All the days where I would practice gratitude, all the weeks where I would practice gratitude were 1,000 times better than when I didn't. Because, like, when you're manifesting something, you obviously want to attract something, right? But it's so easy for us to always want more. And I think it's important to set goals, and I think it's important to create a life that you truly love. But I also think it's important to stop for a second and look at what you have. And that puts things into perspective. And oftentimes, when you're grateful, when you're feeling that like energy of gratitude, that is when good things come into your life. And you can be grateful for anything. Like oftentimes I would just write down, I'm grateful for my breakfast or my matcha latte. But sometimes I would also write down, grateful for my friends, whatever, anything. You can even be grateful for, sometimes I write down, I'm grateful for the creativity, my creative ideas, anything, really anything. So gratitude. Oh, we're only on number 5. This is going to be an hour-long video, and I want to upload it tonight. Wish me luck. Okay, number 5. Meditation is great. I used to be a little scared of meditation, and I thought, oh, what if I like astral project, or because like I am spiritual, and I know that if I open those portals, sorry, by the way, anyone that's not into spirituality, I'll get into some other lessons too, but my whole family has like a background of spirituality, and I was kind of scared of it. I was scared of tarot, then I got into tarot, as you know. I don't know if you guys want me to do pick a card tarot reading for your year ahead. I would probably just do it with a few cards, but let me know. But I am someone, I don't, so I have this problem, and I think we all have this problem, that it's hard for me to sit with my own thoughts. By the way, I meant to bring a drink and like have a really cozy chat with you. I'll do that on the Whisper Ramble. Forgot about the drink. Anyway, it's hard for me to be present, and when I am being present, I usually turn on a podcast, music, a show on Netflix, and I love it. I truly love it. It's like a way for me to relax. But I oftentimes I'm not in touch with my emotions, and I'm impulsive, and these are just things I need to work on, being so vulnerable right now. And meditation gets you into that headspace of being present, and it doesn't need to be long. I usually do it for 5 to 10 minutes because I can't take it any longer. I need to practice it. I would love to do like 20 minutes of meditation, but I think for me it's already a win if I do it every day for 5 to 10 minutes. Like that's already good. So I have this morning routine, right? If you want to check out my lifestyle channel by Sarah, I'll link it down below, where, because I film morning routine videos on there, I have this morning routine where I do 5 minutes of stretching. Just find it important to stretch and get all the nightly energy out of your body, and it just feels good, right? I do 5 minutes of gratitude roundabout, and then I do 5 minutes of meditation, and it takes me 15 minutes to 30 minutes maximum of my day. It makes the biggest difference, so try meditation. The next one is go for walks and feel fresh air. I have gotten into this habit. Like, you guys know I like to work out if you've been following me. If not, hi, I'm Michelle. I like to work out. But I've kind of been like only going for walks like once a week, maybe twice a week or something. And now I've gotten into the habit last year of going for a walk almost every day. I don't know, the step count doesn't really matter, honestly. Like, I go like, sometimes I just get 3,000 steps in, and sometimes 20,000, and most of the time it's like between 5,000 and 7,000 steps a day. But you don't have to count your steps. honestly just go outside for 30 minutes every day. And you know, if you're like me and you don't like to go for a walk alone and you find it boring, I understand. Sorry, the heater is so loud right now and people are walking through the house. I've meant to film this video last night, but I was so tired and I wanted to give you like the best quality, and now there's so much background noise. Anyway, I can totally recommend just go for a walk. And if you're like me and you think it's boring to go for a walk alone, you know that sometimes when I'm at home, I don't like to go on WhatsApp or Instagram or text my friends because I have so much to do. So what I'll do is I'll go for a walk and I'll call someone, or I send audio messages and I'm like, hey, I'm out for a walk, how are you doing? Or call someone, or listen to music, or listen to a podcast, a whisper ramble if you have YouTube Premium. But yeah, go for a walk. It makes such a difference, and in addition to working out like your body, your mind, it just feels great to feel some fresh air and to move your body. And yeah, you can also, what I do, if you live near a grocery store, like later today, I'm gonna go to the grocery store and walk there. Like you can walk to your local grocery store or your appointment if you have like just a 5-minute drive, and it would be a 20-minute walk. Make that walk, it's more sustainable as well. So going for walks, thumbs up. Big fan of going for walks now. Next is, okay, these are all the deeper ones. So my next point I kind of already talked about a little bit, and that is that perspective is everything, okay? Like, okay, I'll just tell you my situation. Like, I live with my mom and a roommate and my partner, who's currently not here, which gives me a lot of opportunity to film. But I live with all these people simultaneously, trying to grow on social media, trying to grow my financial situation, and I could be super depressed about it, and I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it is hard. Like, I would like to have my own place, especially when it comes to filming ASMR. Like, it is so hard. Or if I'm filming, like, this is the negative perspective, okay? Or if I'm filming like for my other channel, like workouts, it is not always easy. And that is also why I feel like I got into a good consistent flow with ASMR. Thankfully, they're all cooperative, but for example, I can't really film at night because my partner is sleeping. The only window that I can film in usually is the morning, and I don't really like first thing in the morning. I like to take my time. So my favorite time to film is in the afternoon, but usually I can't film then. So I have to work around everyone, and like lately it's been feeling a bit more like I don't have any space, but that is the negative perspective on it. Now we can see it from a more positive perspective. I don't have to pay a whole lot of rent. I give my mom a little bit just because everything got more expensive, but at the end of the day, I'm saving so much, and I can probably save so much more every month than other people can. I am living my dream, even though, like, of course, my own place would be great. More subscribers, more views would be great, right? But at the end of the day, I'm doing exactly what I would do if I lived alone, if I had more subscribers. So what I mean with that is, not that much would change. Obviously, some things would change, but not that much would change. So I'm already kind of living the life that I want to live. I'm self-employed. I do my own taxes, all of that. You know what I mean? I come up with my own ideas. I make my own schedule. And all of that is only possible because I live here. Because if I lived in an apartment, I would have to work more or a different job. And with like having friends and stuff, I would probably just be working on stuff. I would not be able to post 3 times a week. I would not be able to have 2 YouTube channels. I would not be able to do Instagram. So it's a blessing. It's a warm place. I have my own room. It's a big house. because nothing ever happens here, which of course it makes it a little boring, but at the same time, it's safe. I can go to the grocery store. I don't have to be scared. I live in a safe country, and everything that I need is taken care of. I have food, I have fresh water, and I pay very little. You know what I mean? So yes, there's a lot of cons, and I could focus on the cons, but I learned last year that it's important, it's so important to focus on the positive, to gain perspective, to not stress myself out so much with like, I'll get into that too, with like coming up with excuses. This video is like one of the most vulnerable videos I've ever made, where I really tell you guys a lot about me and my current situation. But yeah, and I can also see it positively, as in like, of course it would be great to have my own place, to be by myself, but it would get lonely. I always have someone to talk to. I always have someone to watch a show with. I always have someone to cook with. And sometimes I'm annoyed. Like, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I am really annoyed, and I just want to be by myself and kick everybody out of the house. Obviously, I would love to have my own room where I can film, where I can do my projects, but for that's my, like, if those are the only things that are negative in my life, those are very good problems to have, because I'm so fortunate and so privileged. And that's not to say that you can't be negative sometimes, or that you can't, like, when I feel frustrated, I let myself feel frustrated, and those feelings are valid. And I'm not saying that you should always be positive, like toxic positivity, no, but I'm saying that I feel like most people see their problems, but they don't look at the other, like, way. Like, it's kind of ties into like gratitude. Like, perspective changes everything. It also changes the way that you come across. It changes the way that you come across. It changes the way you handle things, and ultimately that is what's gonna lead to success. So, next point. I have to be a bit quicker. I feel like this video is already so long. If you feel lack in your life, that is because it is coming from within you. If you feel like you don't have money, you don't have anything, and you feel it's like lack, right? It's because you have to, like, how do I explain it? If we always go want, 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 and we're never grateful for what we have, that's because of a lack. And it kind of ties into the gratitude and the perspective that I talked about. But you have to feel whole by yourself, and you have to accept and understand that everything that you want and need is within you. And meditation and gratitude are great tools, and I had to learn this lesson. I definitely felt lack. I don't know if you know it, but there's like the fixed mindset and the growth mindset, and I'm kind of in between. I feel like I always strive to be in the growth mindset, but sometimes I get stuck in the fixed mindset. So, if you feel lack, it comes from within you. But I have to say, there are certain things that are just human. Like, for example, if you don't have that many friends, then it's normal to feel lonely, isolated. It's normal, because as humans, if you look back in history, we need to be with people, right? We need to have that connection. It is so important for our mental health. But there's two ways you can go about it. You can either be, oh, I don't have any friends, nobody likes me, or you can be, yeah, the situation sucks, but I'm gonna get out of it. I'm gonna make friends. I'm gonna find people that are on my wavelength. And it's gonna be great, because I'm a great person. I'm a good friend to have. Why wouldn't anybody, like, why? It's such a force yourself to think positively. That's also not good. I hope you get what I mean. And we go back to the balance. Everything is in balance. Okay, next. Number 9. The only limits are in your head. And this is my biggest problem when it comes to YouTube growth, because I feel like my content is good. There's no reason why I shouldn't grow. And let me tell you a little story time. This is such a good video. Like, whoever watches this, I hope you learn a lot from it. Okay, so when I manifested stuff last year, I was always in a very high vibration. So, for example, I posted that video with my friend Linda, and I knew that videos like that are popular, and I knew that, oh, friend tries ASMR, like, that's popular, right? But I didn't have an expectation as far as numbers goes. I thought, oh, maybe it'll get, because at that point I think my most viewed video was asking you personal questions. It had like 8K. That was like the most, right? So I uploaded that video and I knew it was gonna be good and I had confidence in it, but I wasn't attached to a specific outcome. I let it go. I just like, this is a good video, let's post it, let's see what happens. And I was maybe thinking, maybe it'll get like a 3 or 4K, you know. I did see, though, the possibility of it blowing up, because in my head there was no limit. And then I was in Portugal when that video, because I scheduled it, pre-filmed it, went up, and I was in such a good energy in Portugal by the beach. I think that was my, like, the best week so far. Not so far, the year so far, the best week of 2022 was when I was by the beach. And that video now stands at 53,000. So for me it blew up because this is my most viewed video so far. Can we top it this year? Probably. Anyway, and then there was other videos that I posted and I went in with the expectation and the like clinging onto it, like, this is gonna be good, like, this video is gonna blow up, and blew up for other people. Like, there was like multiple videos where I was like, yeah, this might blow up, and I had that expectation and it didn't. In fact, most of the time those videos did worse than any of my other videos. So what was the lesson again? So I had that limit in my head where I was like, oh yeah, maybe it'll blow up, but deep inside of myself I didn't actually believe it. And I think it comes down to this: you should let go of expectations, but you should always believe that there are no limits. That eventually something that you're gonna do is going to be great. Let's say you want to open a restaurant, and I've listened to a podcast. You guys know I'm a big podcast girl. That's actually another lesson that I didn't include. I love podcasts. 2022 was the year of podcasts for me, the year of podcasts and matcha latte. So, let's say you want to open a restaurant, and the first and second restaurant that you open fails, and then you give up because you think to yourself, like, in your head, you know what, I give up, like, that's your limit. But then imagine the third or fourth restaurant that you would have created, that you would have started, would have been a huge success. And that is how people get successful. Most people that are successful don't just post something or create something or release something. It can be anything. Music. A lot of artists, before they get popular, they have like 5 albums where they were really small artists. It's just the way it is. It takes time because you also get better with the time, and you have to listen to your intuition. And so the limit is in your head. You set the limit. The sky is the limit. Don't set those limits. This year, I'm going to really work on my beliefs, or try to anyway, because, yeah, there are no limits with money. There are no limits with what you can achieve, because you have everything stuff, but like obviously same goes for romance, like personal relationships. If you're like, oh, I don't know, I'm never gonna find true love. How do you expect to find true love if you don't believe in it? You know what I mean? You have to obviously detach and be okay with any outcome, because then you can't be disappointed. But believe within yourself that that person, that partner, partners, whoever it is, friends, is out there for you. Okay, I have to really be a bit quicker with the lessons now. Okay, so the next is number 10. Routines are good and help you getting stuff done, but it's also okay to not be in them for a while. Yeah, this year was the first year I established a morning routine, kind of like a night routine, a weekly routine. Routines are good, they help you, but it's okay for your routine to change, and it's also okay. For example, this morning, didn't get up early like I wanted to, wasn't in my routine. You know what? That's okay. It can't always be perfect. So routines are good, but also be kind to yourself. If you're not in your routine for a week or two, it's fine. You know, you get back on it. It's fine. Stay away from energy takers. Be careful with your energy. Don't, if you have a toxic friend or whatever, just remove yourself. I'm not saying you have to cut ties with them forever. I don't know what your situation is, but stay away from those energy takers. My biggest problem is that when I see something that I don't like, you know, those people that are like people pleasing and they don't like to speak up. For me, I have the opposite problem. I speak up way too much. Like, I can't hold my tongue. Like, if, let's say my mom does something that like really annoys me, I can't. Oftentimes I don't stay calm. I like start an argument or a discussion, and that is not good. That is an energy taker. Instead of just saying, okay, I'll deal with it later, you know, calm down and stay in my energy and protect my energy. It drains the heck out of me. So stay away from energy takers. Next, number 12, I got better with money this year, saved up more. I learned a lot of lessons about money I keep saying this year, last year, 2022. I learned a lot of lessons about money. I learned my lesson that I need to save more and be more careful with money and be more conscious with money, but also the sky's the limit. Why wouldn't I meet my financial goals? I can meet them. Other people can. Why couldn't I? You know? The next one, yeah. So if you're interested in that, definitely go to my lifestyle channel, but take monthly and weekly resets. So at the end of the week, or really any day, you don't have to stick to like the Sunday, like whatever your routine is. At the end of your weekly cycle, sit down and think about what was good this week, what wasn't good, what did I get done, what do I want to get done next week, and do the same monthly, because I think that helps you to stay on track with your yearly goals. Number 14. Yeah, honestly, also a big lesson that I learned, that I want to be a content creator. I am a content creator, and that's what I want to do for a living. There are other things that I'm interested in as well to explore, but this is the main theme, social media. That is what I learned, and I'm not going to let anybody stop me. Okay. What is the next? Oh, number 15 is a fun one. 15. I love matcha latte, and I would love to start a format like matcha and talk, you know, coffee and talk, but we'll do matcha and talk. That would be great, where I just have my matcha latte and I talk to you guys. I feel like that could be cool. So I love matcha latte. I could talk about this all day, but like, I used to be a big coffee person, and I still like coffee sometimes, but matcha latte is just the best like drink that I discovered last year alongside with golden milk. So good. If you want to know more about it, let me know. I can tell you all about it. Maybe Or maybe the other way around, if you have a family full of self-employed people but you love your 9 to 5 job, maybe you're the only one that wants to go to university, or maybe you're the only one that doesn't want to go to university. Stick to your goals, your dreams. You have them for a reason. It's within you for a reason. The world needs you where you belong, okay? Number 17, discipline. Discipline, guys. I feel like this is more of a pep talk. This video. Discipline is much, much more important than motivation. I tell you why. Motivation comes and goes. Motivation is not always going to be there. Discipline is what will get you to reach your goals, okay? And I've learned this because of working out. I'm not always motivated for my workout. Yesterday I was so tired, and guess what? I started working out and I felt so great that the hardest part is to start, but once you started, it will get easier. So I started with my workout, and then I got more and more hyped, got more and more into it. It was great. So discipline over motivation, okay? It's what gets you going. It's what establishes a routine, and to establish something into your routine takes a while. You need to do it like at least 2 or 3 weeks, maybe even longer. I don't know, everybody's different. I've heard once that for something to become routine, you have to do it 60 times. I don't know if I agree with that, but discipline is more important. If you want to get up early, this is also my problem. Getting up early and going to bed earlier. Just be disciplined about it. Set your alarm. And willpower. Okay, next. Okay, number 18. The best case scenario is never. These are kind of all go hand in hand, but I still feel like I should talk to you about each and every one of them. So the best case scenario is never, ever to give up. Yeah, so the best case scenario is not giving up. The best case scenario is continue to do what you love and see what happens, and eventually you will be successful. It is never the best case scenario to give up, like in any way. Obviously, it depends on your situation. Like, I don't know, if you're a ballet dancer and you have a really bad injury, then you have to take a break. But that doesn't mean that you have to give up. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes we have to take breaks. We have to slow down, rest. When we're resting, that's when creativity comes to us. But the best case scenario is never to throw the towel and give everything up. It just isn't, okay? The next lesson that I learned is that my own excuses stand in my way. They entirely stand in my way. For example, like I said, in August, I was in this Airbnb. It was haunted. If you don't know about it, go watch my story time. And I created so much content, and I think I really started something there. And then I was back here, and it was kind of hard to keep up with that because my own excuses, like, oh, I'm not alone in the house, I can't create content, there's too many people in the house, I can't film recipes, I can't do this, I can't do that. Then I had a friend coming over from the US, and he stayed here for 6 weeks. I also had COVID, so that definitely put a damper into my plans. But I was like, I can't create content, my friend is here, I can't do it. And then after that, in November, I filmed a little bit, and then in December I got sick again, and then it was Christmas and New Year's, and I was like, I can't, it's the holidays, I need to chill. So my own excuses stand in my way. I feel like that's the case for a lot of people. We make excuses to not go out of our comfort zone, to not push through, to not go for our goals, because I also know, like, deep within that I am going to reach my goals, and once I do, my life the seasons. I love the cold, but I need to spend more time by the beach. So one of my goals for this year is definitely to spend more time by the beach. Yeah. Okay. Number 21. A lot of reactions that you have, that I have, come from wounds of the past and haven't healed yet. So last year I really noticed a lot of my childhood patterns, a lot of my reactions to people, arguments with people, discussions, my role that I play in it comes from my childhood or my teenagehood. Everybody always talks about childhood, but I also think that our teenage years, for me personally, that's where most of my wounds are. My childhood was good. Obviously, everybody has ups and downs in their childhood, but my childhood was really good. I had a really good childhood. I'm very blessed and privileged that I had such a nice, safe, fun childhood. Honestly, one of the best times in my life, hands down. I also had a good time as a teenager, but a lot of wounds that I still have, that I haven't healed yet, that I'm now beginning to heal, are from my time as a teenager. Because I think that's when you're very vulnerable. As a kid, you are also vulnerable, but you also don't really notice a lot of the adult stuff. What I meant to say is that as a teenager, this angle, I've changed the angles better. You can see the lamps on these books right here. By the way, let me know what you think of the setup, if I should make more videos with the setup like this. I'm also sitting more comfortably than usual. Anyway, as a teenager, you have the vulnerability of a kid with the awareness of an adult, and you have those impulsive reactions and hormones and brain changes. So I think that is actually the time where your wound, when people hurt you, that you take that with you. I really think you take that with you. I really think we all have an inner child, but I also think we have an inner teenager. So a lot of the time we get triggered. Let's say in the past, for example, your parent was always annoyed, and annoyed people trigger you more than other people. That's because your parents were always annoyed, and so on. So to recognize those patterns and to work on them and to realize that they're there is a big step that I did. And the last lesson, number 22. I actually learned this yesterday, but also throughout the whole year of 2022. Creative energy comes in waves. And we sometimes have to rest in order for the creative energy to come back to us. So, last night, like I said, I wanted to film this video, but I just didn't have the energy for it. And like I said, I have this thing where I hustle for 2 weeks, and then I just burned out. It comes in waves. One day I might be more up for editing, in my specific case. The next day I might be more up for filming. The next day I might be more up for taking pictures. And the next day I might be more up for paying my bills and getting groceries and doing all that to-do stuff. I have these days where I'll do everything. I clean my room, I go and get groceries, the reset day, I do meal prep, and I listen to podcasts, and I don't do anything work related or creativity related, because that is just what I need. So if you're a creative person or someone that wants to create their own stuff, no matter if it's for a job, for a hobby, for whatever, creativity comes and goes, and sometimes we have to rest and do other things and go out with friends in order for the creativity to come back to you, because it always comes back. So guys, that was my very long video, but I hope you enjoyed. I know that ASMR videos that are long are always good to fall asleep to and chill to. Yeah, let me know what your biggest, you don't have to list 22 things, but what your biggest lessons were in 2022 and how you spent New Year's. Happy New Year. I didn't even say it at the beginning of the video. What the heck? Happy New Year, guys. I hope all your dreams, goals, visions come true. so excited to grow with you this year personally on YouTube. Everything, hopefully grow my content in a way that the quality gets better, that I just provide good quality content for you guys where you can relax to, that is authentic